Alright, what's up? Remender and Murphy. Sean Gordon Murphy here with Tokyo Ghost. This is welcome to my Art for Inspiration, another Sean Gordon Murphy video. So many Sean Gordon Murphy videos. Urban Comics release, black and white. Straight out of France, right? The binding on this is kind of funny. So it has to do with the way they print the book and they bind it. I think they print it as if it was like a 32 or a 24 pager, and then they bind it all together with this weird bindery thing. So might look kind of weird, but whatever, is what it is. I'm just here to show it off. One of the books that I like to have on my desk while I'm working. Kind of check out some of this dope line art. Yeah, masterful design. All right, let's check this out. I think it's the whole run. I think it's Tokyo Ghost. I don't know. What is this even? What is this? I think it's the full run. I have the trade paperbacks to these, and then I also have the rare covers, the low run variants is what I got of the series back in the day. But anyways, yeah. So Art for Inspiration. We're here for the art. I will try not to talk too much. Just gonna flip through, kind of see what's what. You know what this is. Also, by the way, this is the best camera angle I could get for this book. These larger, the omnibuses and these thick collected editions are actually pretty tough for me to film with my current setup, but it's what you get. It's a badass shot. Of course, this is older work of Sean's. I'm pretty sure it was before White Knight, Batman White Knight. I'm pretty sure it is. He stayed busy. He's probably outproduced, comic book wise, every other creator in the mainstream. I would guess. If not just as an illustrator, also as a writer. So, but that's just my guess. If not, it would probably be someone like John Romita Jr., who it seems like. Yeah, probably John Romita Jr. I think Sean Gordon Murphy and Romita are the two that I see the most, kind of where you don't expect to see them. Just their names are popping up on stuff here and there, pretty consistently every year. And Lionel Yu, of course. Lionel. I don't think there's been a month where I haven't seen something new by him since probably around 2008. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep this from being a hands stream. I'll try to keep my fingers on the edges. And I'm definitely passing up some pages. The paper stock they use in here fills just shy of like a 100-pound cover stock. It's very, very thick paper. As you can tell, it keeps its form on the page turns. It's nice. I'm not complaining, but for videos, it is a little bit of an issue. So. It's a cool face. I like that. The series has a a very broad marriage of sources in it. You got a little bit of like some weird like dystopian stuff. You get some samurai ninja type stuff. You get cool cars, bikes. Can be kind of fever dreamish at times, but yeah, illustration wise, it's awesome. Um, yeah, this is a fun book, and I do actually I kind of flip between this one and then the trades. I'm not entirely sure if they printed an omnibus of it. I was getting the trades as they would come out, and I think there's like 2 or 3 volumes. And now that I think about it, I feel like they did a second series of Tokyo Ghost books. I think they did a second run, I think. Or it might just be misremembering something to do with the story arc. I don't know. But what I own is Volume 1. Volume 1 issues and trades, and of course this art edition, black and white edition. And it's a problem with comics, right? We get to owning so much stuff, you forget what you have. I'm guilty of that, of purchasing or repurchasing stuff because I'm like, oh, that's a good deal on that. I should finally get that. When I forgot that 2 years prior I did get that, and then I mail it to friends who didn't have that. It's pretty cool. So weird. Something about this right here. I think it's just the design. My artistic brain immediately thinks about Jay Lee when I see this much coverage in black on figures. All right, I think that's the middle. Yeah, that's around the middle of the book. You can kind of see some of the binding here that has a weird. I don't even know what they call that. It's a very strange binding. You usually see this in the Marvel comics, the 900-page omnibuses where they have a lot more give. This being a smaller, it's only about a 1 inch. It's only got about a 1 inch spine. Um, yeah, I don't know. If they didn't use this thick paper, they could have just did a glue bind. But like I said, it's like this cardstock. I don't know. It's strange. This paper is like very. And again, not complaining. Not complaining. It's just. Uh, it's weirdly thick paper. Um, they might have opted for that too because of the amount of black that he has on his pages, so that there's no see through, not bleed through. You don't really get bleed, but it's like see through, where you're going to see panels ghosted from the other page behind it. Always love this piece. There is, and I know I got to keep the time on this down. There's so much to look through in this thing. It's madness. Yeah, if you can't track this down, I do recommend you get the if they have an omnibus of it. I'm sure it's probably cheap. I don't recall this series being particularly popular. As far as like, I didn't hear any shop owners that I knew, the brick and mortar comic book stores, like telling me, "Dude, have you been reading that Tokyo Ghost? I can't keep it on the shelves." I wasn't hearing any of that at the time when this came out. It was, "Dude, Walking Dead sold out again." All right, let's see. Yeah, mostly artists. I feel like if you're an artist, there's definitely a lot in here that can pique some excitement, some level of intrigue. It's a wild double page spread. I wish I was a good brush inker like Sean Gordon Murphy. That's what I wish. There's a lot of brush inks, a lot of really good with like dynamic like dry brush effects. I've never been very good with that kind of stuff. When I do it, it's an accident, and then I leave it. I immediately become married to the lines that I see on the page, and I'm like, I'm gonna work around that because that looks like I did it on purpose. But Sean Gordon Murphy comes in and is just like, whip, 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 done. One thing about this particular series too, it can be a little confusing looking at some of the line art if you're not familiar with the full color. The full color, this is one of those instances where the full color actually separates a lot of the elements of background and the foreground elements of, oh, what is that? Is that an arm, a leg? Oh no, it's a muffler, right? Like, it does that for your eyeballs for you. Where black and white, you have to look at it a bit. And that happens. That happens. It's any detail artist, you know. We don't have that cartoony approach, so some stuff can blend and will blend in black and white. This is badass, though. I do like. It's got this strange, like, almost like Ashley Wood had it going pretty hot for a minute around 0507, where it was like super consistent but also loose, almost like attending a figure drawing course. All the structural lines are like solid and you can't argue with them. They're indestructible. But some of the ink approach is a little bit on the loose side. Um, it just adds to the style. It's really cool. Damn. That's crazy. All right, keep going here. Skip a little bit of this. Try to keep this shorter than 30 minutes. I have a tendency to ramble. It's hard not to, though. I feel like I share a lot of like pretty cool books for people to have in mind for different reasons. Yeah, the way my artistic brain works is I don't really get a whole lot of not a lot of brain farts, you know. Like I'm always ready to draw. I can't recall any time where I've not been able to sit down and produce a page or colors or whatever. But sometimes you need a little bit of a jump start, you know, like some of us need coffee, caffeine, whatever. And it gives you that, it's probably a placebo effect, to be honest. But I do really like thumbing through, you know, give myself 15, 20 minutes to thumb through some product. And it's not a search. It's not like artistically, it's not searching for something to emulate or copy or anything like that. Like a lot of times it's just something real simple, like something maybe you didn't think about, like, man, I'm having a real hard time with that rib cage and this and that, and then you come across this, and you're like, oh, you know what? If I directionally change the lighting, this actually looks more fun than my original idea of my approach. Um, the way you're sculpting out your page and that. So, sometimes that happens, that kind of thing, or maybe maybe you're looking through a bunch of books and you're like, these all suck. All right, time to do something good. Like, who knows? But yeah, I try to share in these videos. I try to share stuff that I actually uh, would 10 out of 10 recommend. You're not going to find many videos on here of me just trashing books or whatever. No time for that. Too old. Right. Yeah, these pages are kind of weird. Here's this binding. This damn paper, cardstock paper. All right, let's keep going. And I have seen this book in the wild a few times in Arizona shops, believe it or not. Full-on Urban Comics French edition. I've seen this book for, 45 or $50, which probably, to be honest, with shipping for me, probably ran about that. It's been years. I think I got this thing, I don't even know. I want to say 10 years ago, but maybe not that long. Maybe not. Maybe like 8 years. I don't know. All right, let's keep going through here. That's crazy. This is very Ashwood right here. Little character with all the... So you've got a super silker. Damn. Get wet. Kind of got a Mad Hatter kind of appeal to this character here. Now we go back one page. The simplicity of this is just awesome. Stuff like this. The contour to that against the black background. It's like sometimes we need that, Some of us need a little bit of contour in our lives. And Sean Gordon Murphy is one of the best. I wish this camera had a different setup to it. It's like, unfortunately, I have to do a little bit of a zoom with it in OBS or something. I don't know what's going on. I feel like ever since getting the new computer, my OBS has been on the fritz. It's an awesome panel right there. Keep seeing different things. It feels very Paul Popish to me. I don't know. I keep finding different. Might just be Sean Gordon Murphy kind of bouncing around with a lot of his thick to thins here and there. Definitely doesn't do this now. The newer Batman work is a little more in your face, kind of cut and dry. The Zorro book that he crowdfunded too is very cut and dry. Check these out. These are cool. Sean Gordon Murphy designing the logo here. A bunch of different logo concepts. That's sick. That's another thing too. I mean, he's obviously a great designer. Like, I love every single one of these are great. This one, I think that's the one they used. I kind of like this, the imbalance of this. It almost feels like almost like a strife sword or something. I don't know. It's got a cool overall shape to it. That one's interesting too. Yeah, a lot more people need to pay attention to their logos. A lot of terrible logos out there with really good art in the books, but the logos stink. Got a lot of character designs in here. Debbie Decay. is cool. I always like this additional stuff. I think that these are the same pages that are in the trades, though, because I know that these covers are. Yeah, some different covers here. You get a little blurb about. I can't read this. It's in French. Remender, Hollingsworth, and Murphy. Here we go. Here's one that I don't own. Seven to Eternity. It looks like Urban Comics did their own Opena black and white edition. So if you guys are interested in that, seek it out. Seven to Eternity if you're a fan. It did have really cool art. Remember that. I got the first couple books of it. So yeah, anyways, there's that. Good. I'm under 30 minutes. Awesome. Urban Comics Tokyo Ghost black and white edition. This has no pricing here. I don't know. Probably about 30, 40 bucks. 50 or 60 is pushing it, but, you know, depends on how important Sean Gordon Murphy is to you. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah, subscribe.